Hey, hey, ho, ho, these drastic cuts have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, these drastic cuts have got to go.
So they're going to go down to 3 instructors. That's not sustainable. That's not a department. They can't offer their degrees. Students who are currently in the program won't be able to finish. That's one example. They're also cutting ESL, English, music, chemistry, biology, behavioral sciences, the list goes on and on and on. And that's why we're here. We're here to tell the trustees and to tell the college administration this is not acceptable. City of San Francisco needs us. And now I'm going to hand it over to Laura Cohen.
Hi, I'm Laura. My pronouns are they, she, with they being preferred, and I'm a student here, and I'm also a TA, and I'm already crying. So sorry, I'm definitely going to be crying like the whole time. If you ask me like which of the classes I've taken at CCSF that have changed my life or enhanced it, I would say all of them. I've taken electronic music, which is not really being offered anymore, and that helped me when we went into lockdown, and all of a sudden I couldn't make music with my friends unless through really electronic means. It helped me with my mindfulness practice. I've taken Ikebana here, which is now being offered as a continuing education class, which means you have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for. When I took it, it was free. And now I do flower arrangements every single week. And I even got a job as a florist because I took that class. Not even because I continued taking classes from one class. So, I just can't emphasize enough how much these cuts are affecting real people who live in this city and really don't have this resource anywhere else in this whole country. So I'm going to pass the mic on to a CCF student from SF who's with SF Rising, Diamond.
Hi everybody, my name is Diamond. I've been here at CCSF for about 5 years now. Really long journey for me. I'm getting my degree in psychology, and so some of those classes that are going to be affected by this cut are some of the ones I will need in the future. So I'm directly impacted by this, and obviously many other students. It's exhausting, you guys. I was helping our faculty members, our other students last year to get more money to fully fund our college, and yet here we are. They are constantly, our administration is constantly, our city is constantly, our state is constantly not listening to what the students are asking for, what our faculty are asking for. Why is that? Why is it what we need is not important? Okay? Because of this school, I've been able to find community. I've been able to find my passion through the classes, through the faculty that has supported me in my journey. Project Survive is a program we have here for survivors like myself. Excuse me. It's helped elevate me in many ways. Okay, I found support through my journey. I built my leadership skills here to start supporting other students like myself, but also not like me. Learning other people and being able to build that camaraderie here on this campus and across the campuses that we have, and there are many here in the city. And I just want to say that, well, first of all, thank you, faculty members. Those who are leaving, we're going to miss you, and this isn't fair. It's not right. And without community, what is community college? It's nothing. Fund our school. Thank you so much.
So next we have Jeff Freitas, who's the president of the California Federation of Teachers.
How's everyone doing today? This is my second rally in a month, and it's the only days it has rained in California. Because they know when educators are mad, when students aren't being respected, it rains on us. And that's the right thing to do. I'm going to keep doing rallies so we can get out of the drought in California. So we need to emphasize what Diamond said. The policymakers are not listening to us. They're not listening to the students. They're not listening to the faculty on how to run this college, on how to run the colleges in the state. They need to listen to us, and we need to demand that, and that's what this rally is about, and that's why you are here. Let's hear it. Because what we have been fighting for the last decade is that we are all City College, and they are forgetting that. So let's remind them who we are. Who are we?
City College!
Who are we?
City College!
Who are we?
City College!
And we are in the most expensive city in this country, and they need to be paying for the education that we need to provide for our students, and we need to remind them of that as well. And that's why CFT and others are leading with the wealth tax to make sure that we can fund the services in our cities and our state. That's because we are City College. This is the basics of our education in the state of California. And City College must be provided, and we must provide the services, we must provide the classes so the students can succeed. And I'm just going to keep going back to what Diamond said. They need to listen to us. The policymakers, they think they know what they need to do, but they don't, because they don't listen to us. So we will make sure they hear us. Because who are we? Who are we? Who are we? And CFT, who represents 120,000 people in the state of California, are standing here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Danik Ho from Jobs with Justice.
Okay, I really want to start a chant again because that's how we pump up the energy, right? Yeah. So, who's college? Who's college? Who's community? Who's college? Thank you so much for that. So my name is Danik Ho. I'm an organizer at Jobs with Justice San Francisco. We are the coalition of 30 and community and labor organization. And I am here today to I want to share with you a little bit about myself. That's how I found the movement, how I still am talking to you right now because of classes that CCSF have providing to the student, like Diamond have said. I myself did not go to CCSF, but I went to SF State, and I know how important it is for a student like me who migrated from a different country, learning different languages, and it is really important, it is really crucial for our students have the quality of education that they deserve in this community. So I remember one time, one of the organizers from United Local 2 came to my classroom, recruit student volunteer like myself, to start to prepare for a big fight in 2018. As many of you may know, the Marriott strike in 2018. So since then, I found myself at every picket line with United Local 2 since then. And that's why I'm standing right here talking to you today. The point I'm trying to make is that the quality of education is really important. And CCSF have been providing the student here the same way that I have receiving it at a different city, at a different college that I have received. So I am here on behalf of J with J, standing in solidarity with AFT 2121, demanding the Board of Trustees to reverse cutoff and actually funding the city college revenue in order to our educators to stay and educate our students. So as I mentioned earlier, as a woman who immigrated from Cambodia, I understand that this is a very important, this education can import someone's life. And at Jobs with Justice, we have fought for community of San Francisco to have access to free city college. And now it is time for the Board of Trustees to do their job by providing funding to continue this momentum. Because, thank you, because the future of San Francisco is depending on it. So, whose city again?
Our city!
Who college?
Our college!
Whose college?
Our college!
Whose community?
Our community!
Woo! Thank you.
Curiel is president of UESF, the union representing teachers and paras at the K-12 colleges.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for calling on me unexpectedly. That's a teacher move, if I know one. I'm formerly a middle school teacher. I'm missing it very badly right now. I'm the president of UESF. We have been overnight in the district office. I got a very rough night's sleep. We woke up in the morning, 5 a.m. to the janitors and helped them clean up. And then had a very early 7:15 meeting with who's now in charge of our payroll issues and the superintendent. And so we are still occupying. We have a delegation that's there. We're taking shifts so folks can shower. Yep. We had a press conference in front of Dr. Matthews' door today. He is equally invested in our discontinuing the occupation, which is highly dependent on whether or not people get checks. And there's an assurance of pay for this upcoming pay cycle and the next one. So we understand deeply how administration can really fuck you over and and make decisions that they claim to be based on budgets and based on good business that actually harm students. Because at the end of the day, the people that are taking care of the learners of San Francisco are, in fact, you and I. It's the folks in the classroom that can't be budget cut. We cannot be more efficient. And all of the decisions they make from an administrative level just trickle down into what we're able to do and how students' education is impacted in San Francisco. So I'm here to support you guys. I wanted to make sure, our students are your students, and your students were once our students, and this healthy ecosystem of San Francisco relies on early education all the way up through higher ed, and our own members rely on you all to help us build credits as well. So we are intimately linked and connected to the education of San Francisco, both AFT 2121 and UESF. So happy to be here today.
And it just shows you, educators in San Francisco are together, labor in San Francisco is together. And on that vein, we also have a bunch of folks here today from SEIU 10 to 1, representing classified here at City College. Arnie Warshar, come up. And Arnie has a few words.
Thank you. I probably will move this all around, and sorry for the script, but I would ad-lib for about an hour. Anyway, I'm Arnie Warshaw, and I'm a tutor with the City College Writing Success Project. Shout out LAD and English. As a classified employee, I'm here to represent SEIU 1021. AFT 2121 called this action because they are unwilling to accept that there is any honest justification for laying off 58 full-time faculty, along with the many part-time instructors who will also be shoved out of their jobs in the process. Classified workers are well aware of the dishonest dealing of the current administration. Chancellor David Martin found an assortment of rotting fruit left from his City College welcome basket and threw it piece by piece directly at SEIU when he allowed 67 layoff notices to become effective back on January 3rd. And this willingness to so easily throw workers out of their jobs came despite an agreement that had nearly been reached between our union and high-level administrators. SEIU members were willing to make some short-term concessions in exchange for keeping all of our members employed, but the chancellor had no interest in this. Looking back on his January actions towards classified staff and connecting it to his current plans to lay off faculty, it's clear that David Martin, and apparently the Board of Trustees as well, are attempting to do the dirty work of downsizing and shrinking this wonderful college. So SEIU stands here in solidarity with AFT today because this dismantling of our school, employee by employee, program by program, cannot stand. Is City College facing major financial challenges? Absolutely. But AFT has produced an alternate budget, proving there is no short-term need to continue wreaking havoc on the lives of so many employees and ultimately on the lives of our students who will lose out when they can't get what they need at CCSF and must turn elsewhere. Okay, getting closer to the end. And while the administration and the board look to the chopping block to solve problems, AFT and SEIU have come together in the CCSF Revenue Unity Coalition to do what those in power are so reluctant to do: find long-term sustainable funding for City College. Is it doable? Of course. It's a question of political will. I, for one, am sick to death of hearing there isn't any money to keep schools like City College thriving and serving communities that need it the most. Is there money? Of course there is. Tax increases on wealthy people and large corporations? Hello? It's a question of political will. And as I close here, let me connect the great work being done at this college to make equity real for students with a quote from a powerful book being taught right now by a number of instructors in the English department, Heather McGee's The Sum of Us: What Racism Costs Everyone. She writes, students of color comprised just 1 in 6 public college students in 1980, but they now make up over 4 in 10. Over this period of growth among students of color, ensuring college affordability fell out of favor with lawmakers. Isn't that a nice euphemism? State legislatures began to drastically cut what they spent per student on their public colleges, even as the taxable income base in the state grew. So, we can't say there really isn't enough money to save jobs, classes, and services at City College. We just have to fight together. Students, classified and faculty, SEIU and AFT, to demand that this school be funded at the fair and reasonable level it deserves. And to quote, finally, from Nelson Mandela, via a tagline at the bottom of a recent email I received, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Thank you.
And diversity. Retain faculty and diversity. Retain faculty and diversity.
I would like to speak in Portuguese. Maybe now you will understand how it is to not understand. Right? Meu nome é Débora Radaik, eu sou brasileira. E a minha jornada no São Francisco, no City College, começou em 2017. Eu ainda me lembro do dia em que a minha primeira aula, onde meu marido teve que ir comigo em sala porque eu não sabia nem como falar oi. E ele me esperou me esperou lá fora para que eu não ficasse com medo, porque eu não sabia para onde eu ia, não sabia como me comunicar. Apesar de estar muito nervosa, o ano passado, eu me levantei e falei, não, eu vou usar a minha voz, porque o City College me deu minha voz de volta. Hoje eu posso me expressar, hoje eu posso falar o que eu quero, porque eu estudei, eu tive maravilhosos professores que me ensinaram a falar e a me expressar. City College me fez acreditar que nada é difícil uma vez que você aprendeu. Você apenas tem que continuar e acreditar que você pode fazer tudo. Tudo é questão de oportunidade. Eu sou muito grata ao City College por me proporcionar uma oportunidade, não apenas para aprender inglês, mas sim para começar a minha vida aqui nos Estados Unidos. Para mim, é devastador saber que meus maravilhosos professores podem perder os seus empregos e eu não terei a aula que eu preciso para que eu continue minha jornada aqui nos Estados Unidos. City College mudou a minha vida e nós precisamos que os nossos líderes nos apoiem e mudem a vida de outros alunos. Com isso, eu peço para que os representantes considerem e não despeçam nossos maravilhosos professores. Thank you.
Wow, that was just powerful. Thank you so much, Deborah. So we have to say some thank yous. There's a lot of people here and a lot of people representing other groups and those who couldn't come as well. So we'd like to thank the Associated Students, SEIU, USF Part-Time Faculty Union, Jobs with Justice, San Francisco Rising, California Federation of Teachers, students, faculty, to every one of our allies who is here, the ESL department, the theater department, the English department, all the departments. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're not done yet. We have a couple more speakers, and I want to say that if Chancellor Martin and Dr. Alameen believe that our school so desperately needs cuts and they love cuts so much, I think that they should voluntarily offer themselves a temporary pay cut. They love cuts, right? So I started a petition, and you can easily sign that petition if you just go to tinyurl.com/save-CCSF. And right now there's less than 100 signatures, but I know there's more than 100 people who agree with me. So thank you so much. And I think we got some more chanting to do. Sorry. I'll say it. Yeah, I'll say it one more time. So that address is tinyurl.com, and then you do /save, SAVE-CCSF. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. She was my yoga teacher over there. And also Patricia is my theater teacher. I'm a Latina. Hola. I came from El Salvador and in 2010. And my background was law school, and I couldn't get a law job right away, but I had a child, and it was really hard to find a daycare. Anyways, here it was where I started studying in 2013. And since 2013, I heard how every voter was voting for a theater department. And guess what? I don't see it over there. It's not there. And even the Diego Rivera mural got removed. And you guys, the media, have a big voice to say outside. What is happening here in California? What is happening here in San Francisco? What is happening here in City College? And I have this beautiful public speaking thanks to the theater department. Thanks to my audition class. And it's how sad theaters are cutting amazing teachers that have been teaching in NYU that we have here at City College for a really cheap budget at the beginning. Now it's free. I have my own opinion about it, but I don't see the city renew at all. I see London Bridge with a nice dress and Gavin Newsom selling his mansion outside, but I don't see any renew education. And one thing what I will tell you is they are targeting your mind, your body, and your soul. And I will finish with this beautiful song that is from West Side Story. Who likes songs and who likes music? Because that's your soul. And that's what I learned here in City College, to connect with my soul through the theater department. And it goes like this. Hey, what this tonteria that I'm seeing on the street? I never thought I'd see the day. Since when the Latin people scared of heat? When I was a little girl going out in the street of El Salvador, my favorite part of the year was Christmas time. Ask me why? Why? There was not an ounce of snow, but oh, the coquita will flow. When we hear the aguinaldo, the carnival will begin to blow. What does it say? And we're about to go. Let's have the carnaval del barrio. Carnaval del barrio, Carnaval del barrio. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them stop from learning. Don't. It doesn't matter. Think in your boat next election, please. Think in your boat. Because these people that are trustee right now, they're getting by all the policies that they want to bring to our kids, discriminating our education, discriminating in different ways. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. All right, we have our last speaker, really our grand finale of a speaker, Tamina Khan from the English Faculty Department. Yeah, thank you so much. Tamina has written a beautiful, sprawling poem with the help of many poets, and we're going to hear an excerpt from it. Or maybe all of it, I don't know.
I don't know. What do we, how much time do we got?
You got time.
We got time. Okay. All right. So I have some people helping me.
You got 10 minutes.
All right. Who's helping me? Okay. Where's okay. Arnie's there. I can use a couple more. Anyone else want to help? Gonna join in? Okay. Here. Okay, so we can pass those around to whoever's available. We're just going to go down, and because we are all the heartbeat of City College, and the heartbeat of City College is the heartbeat of the city, and the engine of democracy, of true democracy, right? That makes that makes the world go round. So we're gonna take it, and I guess I'll walk down with the microphone. If anybody else feels called to come read a stanza, just pop on up here, okay? All right. So, and this is only a fraction of what the City College is. You know what the City College, what the heartbeat of City College is. Yeah. All right. So, and if you feel called to say the heartbeat of City College, please do. So. The heartbeat of City College pounds the pavement from Balboa Park BART station uphill to the Science Building, then down to the MUB, then later up the circle to the library before it closes at 2:45 on a Friday afternoon.
The heartbeat of City College is the 18-year-old who always felt hated by school. Comes to class on the first day with a swagger of fear, but he sees himself in the faces of his classmates and comes back the next day and the next class.
The heartbeat of City College is the 30-year-old who works at a nightclub until 3 in the morning and then makes it to math class at 9.
The heartbeat of City College is the immigrant grandma who takes non-credit English classes at Chinatown campus, and everyone tells you something new. How are you? I'm fine. I tell you story. Then she passes her citizenship test and votes for the next mayor and the next president.
The heartbeat of City College is solving for X and Y and mapping points on a graph long after you'd shut down the numbers inside you because you thought you couldn't do math.
The heartbeat of City College is the high school graduate who took 6 AP classes and got admitted to UC Davis, but then his father had a heart attack. Sorry. And he comes here instead, so he can pick up his sister from elementary school and be home with his family every evening.
The heartbeat of City College is the 52-year-old carpenter who fell from a ladder and needs a new career, who comes to English class and reads an entire book for the very first time and pours out his passion in a research paper about gentrification.
The heartbeat of City College radiates energy over Twin Peaks, northwest to Pacific Heights, southeast to the Bayview, outwards to Ocean Beach, and inwards to Mission Bay.
The heartbeat of City College is a daily journey from Vallejo because the city rents are too high. but you need to be here because you're from here. You need to feel the city pulse and see the rainbow of faces in your classrooms and hear the symphony of global accents and dialects, the echo of the neighborhood that once was. And you know you are lucky because one classmate lives in a car and another slept on a campus bench last night. But still they come to class because it makes them feel hopeful, alive, and smart.
Say it with me. The heartbeat of City College is the refugee from Yemen, whose high school transcript, along with her school, was blown up in the proxy war, who rides Muni from the Tenderloin to Ocean Campus, sitting through the stares and glares at the scarf on her head as she checks her phone for news from home, and she walks into the classroom because her education is all she has.
The heartbeat of City College is the woman living with chronic illness who drive out to Fort Mason campus to dig her hand to wet clay, molding it into something beautiful.
The heartbeat of City College is the mother from the Pitt River Reservation who tells her people's origin story in English class and writes an essay comparing it to the Epic of Gilgamesh.
The heartbeat of City College is the retired engineer who always wanted to paint, who comes to study oil painting, watercolor, then art history, then Spanish because her grandson is learning Spanish in kindergarten.
The heartbeat of City College is the artist who had a stroke, who boards the bus with his adaptive scooter and rides to John Adams campus where he trains his right hand to paint again and feels the colors awaken from the gray fog inside his mind.
The heartbeat of City College is the janitor who cleans the classrooms after the last night class, and who's a student too and arranges his work hours so he can attend an English class in the daytime.
All right. The heartbeat of City College lands heavy and broken after a massacre at a school, a prayer hall, a shopping center, and we all want to hide away. But we come to class anyway because we know we will look into each other's faces and find someone who looks back at us and knows our pain.
The heartbeat of City College is the dentist who retired early because the job was killing him, who learns to love flowers and arranges them in displays for a reception at the fancy private school his daughter attends, where he tells everyone how the flowers and City College have saved his life.
The heartbeat of City College is the man who spends 30 years behind bars and only one on the outside, who starts his research paper over again because his computer got stolen, and he says, "Free people's problems. I'm glad to have them."
The heartbeat of City College is the single mother who left an abusive man, who creates a soft space for her children, who seeks out a caregiver, goes to work, then says yes to herself every day when she enters the classroom.
The heartbeat of City College is the flickering flames of remembrance in the dark night for the transgendered student who took their own life during a lonely break between semesters. For the mother murdered by her baby's father, just as she was finding her voice in a community of survivors. For a recent graduate shot dead by police officers in a park near his home.
The heartbeat of City College are the stories that come together in the classrooms and hallways, stories of border crossings, hate crimes, police brutality, sexual assault, loved ones murdered, legacies of generational trauma, and we listen and we don't flinch because in each story we hear our own voice.
The heartbeat of City College is repeating a class and repeating it again and feeling discouraged and wanting to quit. And you sit with a tutor in the lab and try one problem again and again, and then you get it. Algebra starts to make sense, and it's actually a little bit of fun.
The heartbeat of City College is the overeducated professor who was offered a university job in Kansas but wants to live here, who talks like a peer-reviewed journal but learns to listen to the voices in his classroom and changes the way he talks to make physics playful again.
The heartbeat of City College is the professor who took 10 years to get her master's degree through illness, parenting, and work, and finally gets the job she loves, even if it's part-time. Spends days and nights thinking, worrying, planning, only for the job to be taken away. And still, she comes back to fight for it because she refuses to work at a job she doesn't love.
The heartbeat of City College is a fusion of food cultures at chef's table: spicy hot, salty sweet, creamy comfort, hailing from 5 continents. Elegant tables masking the joyful, sweaty chaos of the kitchen.
The heartbeat of City College is free nourishment at Rams Market Food Pantry to feed our bodies, brains, and souls, because we know we can't change the world on an empty stomach.
The heartbeat of City College is the transgender student from Sweden who also has autism, who stands up at the Board of Trustees meeting and tells them, keep the diversity classes. Do not put them all online. In these classes, we find community and become strong in an era of hate.
The heartbeat of City College is the military veteran and father of 3 who comes here to study nursing, takes an acting class for fun, finds freedom as he embodies one character after another.
The heartbeat of City College is the Latina student who joins VASA and learns to dance Oceana dances, feels the fluidity in her body, connecting one community to another.
The heartbeat of City College is sanctuary, affirming our right to exist in our pronouns, our clothes, our faith, our languages, our names pronounced correctly, our skin, our hair, and all the history coursing through our veins.
Oh, right here. The heart of the City College keeps beating. In a pandemic, after the classroom have gone silent, from Wi-Fi hotspots in parking lots. I'm sorry, I'm from Japan, and English is my second language. So, from workplace break rooms, from a hospital waiting room, agonizing over a loved one, we beam our voice to the Zoom sphere and talk about how a poem connects us to our own sense of loss. Thank you.
The heartbeat of City College is a living, breathing thing, a soft thing with feathers, fierce at its core, shining with a light so beautiful it blinds us of everything else.
It cannot be defined, stenciled, and colored within the lines. It cannot be put in a box, covered in shiny paper, and tied with a ribbon. It cannot be bargained over and sold to the highest bidder.
The heartbeat of City College is unruly like this poem. It will not sit down and do as it's told. It's impatient and full of ideas flying in all directions.
The heartbeat of City College is ready to shake things up with hands, hearts, words, numbers, investigation, and imagination.
The heartbeat of City College is you. Is me. Is us. A whole world in our city opening up.